Welcome back to the weekly Educators in VR XR news show, bringing you news from across the metaverse since 2018.
XR News is hosted every week here in Engage XR. Join us for our two news segments in between our regular XR News shows. The first Wednesdays are XR News Med Health Edition with Rachel D. And the third Wednesdays are the XR News Innovation Spotlight with hosts Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsden, and Dr. Tom Furness.
Now, today's XR News special guest is Merivio, but he goes by Mary, and we'll take him anyway he goes. We're ready. Of Nysko Games. He's an XR game designer, director, community leader, and active member of Bridgemakers. And we are so eager to talk about what goes into game design and how to build a community in and around your games and so much more. So we're gonna torture him right after the news segment. Get ready.
Be prepared. Last week's XR News Med Health with Rachel D. featured Kristen Jelzinis talking about her work in virtual reality and gaming wellness and health communities as an advocate and community manager. It was an amazing discussion, and it's up on your YouTube or our YouTube if you missed it.
You'll also find the video of our XR News Holiday Shopping Showcase special from 2 weeks ago, helping you with your holiday shopping and preparing for Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales.
The XR, that was so much fun. The XR News is produced by Educators in VR and run by volunteers, which you mean you only get the best from us. Thank you so much for our partners and supporters who keep us going, including the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls Team Institute, iLearn, Virtual World Society, Vertex Form 3D, Cadets Metaverse, Engage XR, and Bridgemakers. If you or your company would like to sponsor the XR News, please contact us at educatorsinvr.com.
Follow us across social media and on our Educators in VR YouTube channel. The links to all the news stories we cover are also on our Educators in VR Discord. We have some interesting news to share with you today, so let's get started.
Yeah, we do.
One way or t'other.
All right, we're going to start off with some industry-wide news. As XR News is produced by Educators in VR, we get excited easily with new XR research. Research by Timothy Hubbard of the University of Notre Dame found that educational VR heightens remembered presence and recall, but has its limits. They remembered the experience and experiential lessons learned, but they struggled with words and number concepts, something we all can relate to.
Oh, yeah. Now, in another research paper, Dr. Arya Basu of the University of Arkansas Little Rock received an honorable mention for Best Paper Award at the IEEE Conference on Virtual Reality in France for his long-term study on the effectiveness of VR to fuel excitement and curiosity. And he found it does, but in a wave. There's initial excitement, and then it drops, and then it rises to even higher heights with long-term usage and educational benefits. So the longer you use VR, the better.
Since early 2020, Educators in VR has hosted the Zotero XR research library online that is free for your use and easily accessible. It's filled with thousands of XR-related research papers and articles like these. You can also submit or recommend research news to us. Please check it out at educatorsinvr.com.
A video essay entitled Virtually Impossible, Real People on the Digital Frontier by Butterfly Tom in VR Chat explores online socialization and social anxiety within the context of the brilliant, flawed, and often misunderstood social landscape of VR chat. The 40-minute documentary-style video is on YouTube. Bridgemakers produced the premiere of the video this past weekend. We've shared the link in our Educators in VR Discord and social media.
So cool. Okay, this news from Dubai warmed our hearts. A 9-year-old boy named Agelos Ahuja, who's battling a rare autoimmune disease. He spent much of his young life in hospitals. His father gave him a VR headset for comfort and distraction, but he wanted more. So together they learned to build VR games and they created a home lab that grew into what they're calling VR Academy with an I. And I'm not sure it's Academy or Academy, either way, but it's an educational platform where students across the UAE learn languages, medicine, art, film, and game design through AI and virtual reality. So though the little boy still faces his condition, it's not going away, he is transforming education and inspiring countless others. What a legacy. That's real world magic.
No
How
kidding.
cool. What a VR headset can do.
Well, let's start off our virtual hardware section with XR glasses that are finally entering the consumer market with lower prices and improved software. Google teamed up with Magic Leap and showcased their prototype Android XR glasses a couple weeks ago that uses Google's Raxium micro LED light engine. The prototypes look similar in design to the Google and Samsung AR glasses, which leads many to believe the three companies might be working together. Google's Gemini is the resident AI in Samsung's new Galaxy XR headset.
Future contenders to the headset and glasses, possibly by Meta. A company by the name of Weiwei has leaked a patent that may be competing with the new Meta AR glasses by using a smart control ring instead of a wrist controller with their own AR VR glasses. The controller has an innovative strap that turns it into a user interface ring on your finger. This sure heats up the competition for controllers for AR glasses, doesn't it?
No kidding.
Yeah. And Meta's is playing with the finger, playing with the finger. I can say that, can I? Because that's what it is. It's a finger controller. So
Careful how you say
all
that.
right, Laurel, watch.
I know, I'm in trouble. I know, I got to be careful again. So gives a whole new, no, I'm not going to go there. Okay, now let's turn it from glasses to VR headsets. And everybody knows what I was going to say. As mentioned in our holiday shopping special, and we expected these prices to drop, and they did. We spotted a refurbished Quest 3S on sale in the Meta store on eBay for $215.
Wow.
Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah, Games Radar just published a list of sales and found that the Quest 3 is at $500 on Amazon, and all the VR accessories, head straps, and all kinds of stuff are either marked down or on their way marked down for all of the holiday sales that are coming on, as well as for other online sources.
Well, in case that isn't tempting, the Galaxy XR headset is now available in North America and elsewhere. Unfortunately, the controllers are sold out immediately, and they're sold separately. If you order a headset now for holiday delivery in the US, you'll likely get the headset alone, with controllers to follow later. Unless, that is, you get lucky with a short restock window or a bundle offer. It's only available if you order it directly from Samsung's website, shipping now to the US and South Korea. Is it on your holiday shopping list anyway?
Man.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Karen, your list, I think, is already full.
Yeah, I think it is too, Laurel. I was just thinking that. I can't wish for anything else right now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So Sharp is crowdfunding a very strange, lightweight PC VR headset that can only connect to a Sharp smartphone called XR O Stella VR1. What a name. This dual 2160 by 2160 LCD paneled, light efficient pancake lenses with a 90-degree field of view has a pass-through camera and ring-style controllers, and is estimated to be lighter than most of the now shipping headsets. We have more questions than answers on this headset, so we'll keep an eye on it for you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Researchers have found that VR headsets can actually reduce motion sickness for astronauts returning to Earth. In microgravity, the brain struggles without a sense of down, leading to nausea, dizziness, and disorientation, symptoms that often worsen upon re-entry. Using virtual reality, astronauts can retrain their brains to reorient faster, sharpening coordination and judgment. Space recovery just got a little more virtual and a lot less queasy.
Well, it's official. Retinal resolution, the clarity your eyes can perceive, far exceeds the long quoted 60 pixels per degree. Researchers from Cambridge University and Meta have confirmed it's between 90 and 100 ppd. To compare, legally blind measures around 25 ppd. Top VR headsets like Apple Vision Pro and Samsung Galaxy XR reach about 35, and the Vario XR4 hits 51 in its center. Impressive, but still not close to what our eyes can truly see. So yes, the bar just got higher, but at least now we know what perfect vision really means, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it gives us a
we're
sense.
not there
Now we understand when it pulls together. That makes sense now. I love it.
Mm. During our holiday shopping special a couple weeks ago, Karen shared that she'd leased a helper robot that should arrive in her home in 2026. We've had no end of fun teasing her about it. Well, we are waiting for updated information once she is one to play with. Here is part of what fascinates all of us about it.
Okay, so first of all, we've been torturing you when the videos came out from Elon Musk dancing with his robots. We said, "Oh, Karen, we want to see you doing some dancing with your robot. I want to see that. We want video." Okay,
You'll get it. I promise.
Yeah, I can't wait. This Neo helper robot, that's the one you're getting, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is the part that's most intriguing. It's not to just get a robot. I mean, someday that's going to be normal. This is a robot that has remote VR operators that work with a Quest 3 headset to help the AI-driven robot learn new tasks or solve problems. So if they get stuck, they actually, part of your payment covers them having somebody put on a headset, see through the eyes of the robot and get their hand out of the garbage disposal or whatever they've done. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do.
They won't pay to have your disposal fixed, though.
No, probably not. No, but anyway, it's this human emulating robot is clothed in a sweater material. So that they decided, they did research and found that's actually friendlier than having a plastic or metal body because it hides all the parts. It also makes it easier to get access to the parts to fix it. I think that's brilliant. It can lift. This is hysterical.
Washable.
Yeah, it better be. Have you washed your robot today? Okay, you can tell we're gonna have so much fun with this. Oh, I can't wait, Karen.
Me too, Laurel.
This I loved. I wish I could have shown you the video on it, but we couldn't get rid of the ads. It can lift up to 150 pounds, but it can't open a walnut with its hands.
It tried really hard. But actually, what's so cool about it is that it shouldn't, because if it does, it means the robot's grip could hurt somebody. Right.
So the grip itself, while its arms will lift, its grip is about the same as a human hand. And so I thought that was cool. But it does take 5 to 6 minutes to load a dishwasher. It's still learning, still adapting. But the humans are behind it in VR when it struggles. And I think that's fascinating that the two have come together in such a beautiful way. Hey, it doesn't get any better when you get AI, XR and robots. It's like, I'm so jealous. The Neo is available with a $200 refundable fee and 3 different colorways. New word, colorways: gray, taupe, and black. You can buy it outright for $20,000 or lease it, as Karen is, for $500 a month with a subscription. I can't wait. I know, Karen, you can't either.
I can't either.
Yeah,
no.
We can't wait to share this experience with you, Karen.
It'll be fun.
When Karen gets your new bot, a real bot.
And who knows when that will be, but
we can't wait. So get ready. We'll be reporting on this as soon as it
this
comes.
won't be virtual.
I'm so excited.
I'll even make videos. I'll make some videos for us.
You better. Clean the house
I promise.
first. Don't wait for the robot to clean first.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I promise not to linger on this subject. So, because once you get me started, I can't stop. So we have to move on now. Okay, so we're on to some XR app news. So we're leaving robots and going to app news now. Okay, so back to Meta. Meta's launching a $1.5 million contest for Quest developers, with 32 prizes up to $100,000 each for standout new apps or major updates by December 9th. The Meta Horizon Start Developer Competition, formerly Oculus Start, connects creators with Meta's dev team on Discord for mentorship, tech support, and community. They're seeking innovative projects in entertainment, lifestyle, and gaming. Details are in our Educators in VR Discord.
Now, we wait for this every year. The Upload Winter Showcase for 2025 is December 5th, and we are ready for the new games and the apps. The hunt is on their team as they scour the social media and press releases to tap into their favorite game developer networks and find out what's coming our way. Yeah. If you're a VR game developer, done. You need to get your game in. Submit your app to the Upload VR Winter Showcase and let us know how you did. We'd love to hear about it.
Now, rarely has a VR app caught our attention as much as the soon-to-be-released Constellations Touch the Stars app for Quest 3 and 3S. You lift your head in the darkness to see the stars that use your hands to reveal the ancient constellations in our skies. You can pull the constellations close or push them away and experience the night sky in a whole new way. Developed by Parietal Labs' Grant Hickson, another thing we can't wait for.
Oh, I know it. Oh, I want that one. That's high on my list. Now, speaking of waiting, the Metropolitan Museum of Art has launched 2 virtual exhibits that are accessible by VR headset or desktop, and you don't have to wait. You don't have to travel to New York. You can just do this. They have the 1st century BCE Egyptian Temple of Nindur and Oceania, a new horizon of space and time. It's showcasing art from across the Pacific. Now, the temple exhibit includes volumetric capture and videos from UNESCO and the Met Archives, and while the Oceania, sorry, lost my words there, invites visitors to roam among 270 bark paintings and a striking 16th century female ancestor figure that we have up on the screen, who greets you and welcomes you. You can click and explore and hunt for things and earn badges, and maybe, let's make the dream of making more museums come to life. I can't wait. I love this.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Anybody ever needed advice as to where to hide a dead body?
Oh yeah, on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I should ask who that is, Laurel. All right. Anyway, you could practice this, Laurel, with the new PC VR game called Hide the Corpse. It gives players only 4 minutes to avoid the police by stashing away Gus, a reluctant corpse, before time runs out. Each level uses physics-driven interactions, letting players drag Gus, wipe away fingerprints, and scan retro-inspired rooms for the perfect hiding spot.
Got to admit, that's unique.
Okay, I want that one. I can live out my fantasies. That's one.
Now, for something other different than that.
Yes.
Hard to do. Laser Dance is now in early access, and Upload VR calls it the mixed reality game that Quest 3 has been waiting for. Created by Thomas Van Buell, the mind behind Cubism, it turns your real world into a glowing maze of laser beams using pass-through tech. The goal, dodge, crawl, and stretch your way to the button without breaking a beam. With easy casting in multiple levels, it's part spy movie and part VR twister, and all fun.
I'm just envisioning that. It's just crazy making stuff. Yeah. Now, the games are coming out specifically for the Android XR system that's in the Samsung Galaxy VR headset. We got 2 of them here. And the first one involves solving a mystery that you've probably long suspected, and I know you've been challenged by, and that is the copy machines are evil.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who's, nobody works with copy machines anymore, but I remember, oh God, I could lose hours of my life going work, push the button. Anyway, they HR is clueless, and it is always up to you to solve the worst workplace chaos, dodge the sentient staplers, and
I've
maybe
never kind of come across that, though. Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe get that job promotion by being successful against the sentient staplers. What the? Anyway, if you survive this job called this game called Inside Job, which is I love it.
Okay.
Well, another exclusive for the Samsung Galaxy is a physics mind-bending game, mind-bending puzzle game called
Yes.
Enigma. Remade for spatial 3D, it arrives later this winter for the Quest. Enigma is famous for turning that shower thought into a spatial brain teaser for the puzzle obsessed.
Mm.
And for something old and something new, in Glassbreaker's Champions of Moss, mice wage war, mystical glass shatters, and you're the overlord with a god complex. The Moss universe goes tactical on multiple platforms. Just don't let yourself get outwitted by a rodent. Could be
Okay.
fun.
All right. I love this. The imagination. It's so much. Being chased by a rodent and sentient stapler is hysterical. So if you try any of these, let us know. We would
Yeah.
love to have you share your
Report
experiences.
back.
You might find your review here on the XR News. So, all right, let's do some world building.
Yes. Have you joined the Unity Studio Beta? Unity Studio, formerly known as Unity Lite, is an intuitive web-based AR editor that allows you to build and share in 3D without knowing coding. Oh, thank God. Programming or complex workflows for Meta, Android XR, PC VR, also known as Steam VR, and to a degree, Apple platforms. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Love to play with it.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, you do have to have a business account, email account. Just be aware of that on that because it is designed for developers with their own business. But anyway, we'll see what happens with it. Unity has been doing some interesting things here. They are consolidating all of their different Discords into one, including moving the active Unity for Educators Discord server. So we have information on the Unity Discord server, the new one, in our Education VR Discord, and other places, our social media. So join us all that are making the switch. It's going to be interesting.
Well, there's more than one way to build a world. Have you tried world building with Go.XR for web XR content and projects? It's free, open source, supports immersive content, and fast to learn. Go.XR is supported on Sakai and Bark VR social VR platforms and can be used on Steam VR, Monado, and Pico with the Go.OpenXR plugins. If you've used it, we'd love to hear about your experience.
Yeah.
Blender Lab is live, offering designers and developers a showcase for cutting-edge Blender innovations from the community and core team. It highlights experiments that push Blender beyond, from new interaction models beyond mouse and keyboard to advanced AI and machine learning in rendering and lighting. If you're ready to stretch your creative limits, dive into the new Blender Lab.
Interesting.
They have some cool stuff in there.
Oh,
All
okay,
right.
on to VR events. Well, the Halloween events are done for the year. Aww. Though some haunted spaces continue to be open in VR chat and other platforms. Congrats to Pandemonium of Fear and the Psycho Wench Productions team for their 4th year of bringing some of the best world builders and experiences to the haunted season. Almost 700 visitors passed through their spirited virtual doors this year, breaking records for the team. Congrats to all, and I want to give a shout out to Lance Wusky. Lorel, I was going to send you a DM, and now I'm announcing it on this live show here. But Lance, you would have been so proud of him. He had such a stressful job, especially that last night. But he had such a stressful job because as people would come in, so many people were coming in. He had to organize the teams. He had to make sure everything was running smoothly. He had to put up with all of our BS, and we gave him a lot of it. But he did a magnificent job. He did a fantastic job. He held the whole thing together.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So his role. So you want to clarify what his role was?
I don't know what the official role was.
Technical term.
No, he
Yeah.
was the equivalent of the stage manager and event producer. He was
Ah,
a co-producer for Psycho Went, so he did a
and
really
that is
yeah.
some
I'm really
job.
proud of him. That is a serious, no mess around with job. So kudos,
Yes. Yay,
kudos,
Lance.
kudos, Lance. Yeah, that was amazing. That
It
was really
was.
amazing. Yeah, love it.
It was wonderful.
Yay. All right. This week is the Next Reality Festival, Immersive X. It is November 11th through the 13th. So we are in day 2 of the 3-day conference. It is hosted in Germany and online. Most of it's the 3-day events happen in the metaverse. And it's one of the few left that actually walk the walk, talking about the metaverse in the metaverse. Love that. And it has global leaders in XR education technology and artists from all over the world. And educators in VR members and partners are also hosted. We used to be in it a while ago. Got to do it again. But check it out. There's still some conference left, and there's some really, really good stuff in there.
Tomorrow, November 13th, Laurel will be presenting a special private showcase in Engage XR called Unlock the Magic of Engage XR, A Journey Beyond the Classroom, for the VR AR Educational Committee. She and the educators in VR will be repeating the session in January, so don't worry, you'll have a chance to attend.
And tomorrow is also another of the Educators in VR AI and XR team meetups in Engage XR. This time we're exploring AI prompt recipes. Oh, we're going to have so much fun with this. Do you have a favorite one? We want to know about it. We're taking AI prompt engineering to a whole new level, and we're eager to learn about how you interrogate your AI. I know how I torture it. How do you do it?
On Sunday, November 16th, join Joanne Shivanti of Muse for her pioneering DNA avatar course on aligning with source vibration. If you haven't attended one of her sessions in VR Chat and the Muse Temple, you have been missing an amazing experience. The event repeats on the 3rd Sunday of every month.
Now, GOG is a nonprofit organization with a very strong immersive community in VR Chat. And their next community meetup is Wednesday, November 19th, and features the Trans Academy, a thriving nonprofit that was born in VR Chat, and it empowers transgender, gender diverse people through connection, creativity, and education. Space is limited, but there is also a YouTube live stream, so check that out.
The new VR Chat public calendar makes it easier than ever to find events in that popular platform. And don't forget to check the public calendar on Engage XR and other platforms to find the life of the party in social VR.
Also, check out some of our favorite partner events, including Atessa's Nightclub and karaoke events in VR Chat, and Von D's karaoke events in Engage XR. Never a dull moment in VR, that's for sure.
No. I always feel like I need a drum roll. We're going to very quickly roll through the very quick dive into the upcoming XR-related conferences because it's conference season. So we're bringing you only the consumer-based interest conferences and events, not the enterprise level ones. Well, some will slip in, but are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Okay, so Microsoft Ignite 2025 is November 17th in San Francisco, covering Azure's and Mesh's capabilities for enterprise developers.
United XR Europe will be December 8th through the 10th in Brussels in Belgium.
CES 2026, a consumer electronics show known for its extensive XR, AR, and VR exhibits and product launches, is January 6th to the 9th, 2026 in Las Vegas, Nevada.
IEEE AIX VR 2026 is January 26th through 28th of 2026 in Osaka, Japan.
And AWE Asia returns February 2nd through the 4th at the Singapore Expo.
Laval Virtual is April 8th through the 10th in Laval, France.
For those making plans for next summer, there's AWE USA 2026. The leading U.S. event will be held from June 15th through 18th in Long Beach, California.
The International XR Metaverse Conference, XRM 2026, is June 17th and 19th in Tallinn, Estonia. This year's theme is Converging Realities, Industry Education, and AI-Enabled Virtual Worlds.
Immersive Tech Week in the Netherlands starts June 23rd, 2026.
If you'd like to have your favorite conference or XR event featured here, let us know.
Yay! We got through them all.
Okay, we did.
The more educators in VR events and other fun continues every single week. So do not miss them in Engage XR and VR chat. And as educators in VR expands onto other platforms. So keep an eye. We're moving in, moving out, moving up, I don't know. And keep an eye on our Educators in VR calendar, our website, social media of announcements of upcoming free and paid events and workshops. We have a bunch that are coming out for January, so get ready. And thank you all for your support. We made it. All right, now as our team plays the Let's Dance and Find a Place to Seat, and we bring our guest. Mary, you want to come up and join us? I think I'm in a good spot. All right, I want to introduce to you Merivio, Mary of Nysko. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Nysko Games.
Yep, that's correct.
And good. He's the XR game designer, developer, community leader, and active member of Bridgemakers. And we are so ready to talk game design, development, and what it takes to bring a game to life. Well, I love that. And how do you build a community in around your games and so much more? So all you gamers, you get ready. You're gonna be asking some questions too. So welcome, Mary. We're glad you're here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Indeed.
Yeah. So let's start out first by what inspired you to start designing XR game, the games, and how do you this is a big question. Just how did you start? Let's start there.
Well, it kind of started quite a long time ago. I didn't really know where I wanted to go at university, and then my mum told me that there's a computer games course recently, and I thought, yeah, I'll try that, and I kind of never looked back since. Yeah.
So thanks, Mom. What was
Yes.
it about it that? Yeah, but what my mom told me to do a whole lot of things. I didn't do all of them. What? I'd probably be dead by now if I did. But what was it about it that kept you doing it?
Well, it's a creative outlet. I always had a passion for games, and I guess I also really love the process of making them. So
tell us about that. At school, what did you take at school in order to help you, or what did you take other? What are the tools and things you use?
Right. So most of my skill is in the programming side of things, but I'm also an indie game developer, which means I wear a lot of hats. So I've picked up a lot of different skills along the way. I also studied artificial intelligence at uni. So that's been helpful, especially recently with this whole explosion in AI.
I bet.
But yeah,
mostly well.
Yeah, mostly my skill is in programming and design.
So C#, Python.
Yes, Java. All of those.
All of those. Well, because
So
today,
is it the game? Is it gameplay, or is it the style or artisticness of it? What drew you to it?
Perhaps the ability to experience things as if you were there, things that you wouldn't normally experience.
And being able
Can
to
you give us an
program them
example?
into existence, huh?
A lot of role-playing games. I distinctly remember when I was young, one of my favorite games was Spyro. Being able to play as a purple dragon that could fly around seemed really cool.
It's funny how our hobbies lead to our future employment.
Yeah. I also I work part-time as a web developer, which was one of my least favorite subjects at university. So
It's a bit dry.
kind of give with one and take with the other.
But all those things though give you a foundation. They all
Yes.
kind of come together.
Yes, it all helps. I actually, I really value picking up even just a small amount of all different skills, because I think the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and the same is true
Yes.
for learning.
You're like
So
finding
true.
opportunities.
Yes.
And so you studied AI. How has AI impacted your games and game development? Because that's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
AI can kind of leak into other elements like procedural generation, controlling NPCs, or having like one of my games is a strategy game where you're giving them instructions and then they go and figure out how to do them by themselves. So yeah, it's helped give me direction in terms of what sorts of games I want to make.
So while you're learning the best prompt, you're also creating something that teaches how to create the best prompt.
Boy,
Can you give
you're
us
in
an
the right
example?
place at the right time.
Oh yeah, but can you give us an example of how that works?
The AI?
Yeah, when
ooh,
you're
let's
using
see.
it to come up with ideas and
Oh, I'm
all
not
that.
using LLMs for brainstorming. I create my own AI systems for the games.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that, I bet that cuts your time of actual going from idea to concept in half, maybe even more, huh?
Sure, yeah. I tell you what, actually, I did use an LLM for learning, like a fast track, learning how to write a newspaper article. Because I've never done anything like that before, and I needed to kind of simulate that in a game. So
Ooh.
it was a really interesting thing to learn that way.
What was that's a fascinating challenge. What was it that was new to you, and how did that work?
The writing style. Growing up, I never really paid much attention to the news. Sorry to say. This medium is a little bit different. I'm more into this, but yeah, it's mostly the writing style. There's a certain language that it uses, and the structure and the flow that comes with it. Yeah, and just getting some examples that are catered to my the story, the narrative that I wanted to create, really helped with that.
Now, how do you come up with your stories? Because it's
well,
got to be a story. Do you have a storyboard and
that's where you start, huh?
Yeah.
It's an interesting question. I think it actually comes from different places depending on the project. But I think generally I make the game design and the gameplay first, and then the story comes later, which might seem counterintuitive, but yeah, it kind of.
Well, that way you know the limits of it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. And I think it part of the mood board of the game accumulates over time, and you can kind of create stories out of that. It starts small and then builds up.
Now, when you were young, like in elementary school or grammar school, or I think you're from the UK, whatever they call it. But did you immerse yourself in storytelling? Did you like to storytell back then? And that's kind of what also led to this?
I did actually, yes. It's interesting, actually. Primary school level, I think I was very much into stories, and then it kind of fell off for a while. But then when I got back into games, then it kind of that interest came back. Yeah.
Brought it all back for you. That's awesome.
Now it's important you're building a community around your game, right? You also need to get feedback from the community and from testers and things. How do you integrate that process into your game development, your game design, and improving the games over time?
I'm a big fan of in-game feedback. So building a form or something that kind of integrates, like you have it take a screenshot, you have it provide data from the game itself. Something I recently introduced is actually they have the option to send the entire save file so that I can run the game that they were playing in the state that they were in. And I think that's like, it provides far more context than they can provide themselves, and it's all integrated. Yeah.
And then you can develop from there into another branch of changing the game itself, or learning the next game what you want to do.
For improving, and yeah, that as well. I think there's a lot that you can learn just by watching someone play, and having that game save is about as close to that as you can without having, you know, active playtesters.
Have you ever been truly surprised by what someone did to the point where you changed the game to adapt?
Yeah, all the time. Mostly in small ways. There's things like seeing a player. Yeah, I build these levels and I fill it with content, and then I see someone like consume the entire level, and I'm thinking, I had no idea they were going to play it to this extent. And then I see, oh, they're making these little workarounds because there are these like sudden obstructions or whatever. And yeah, I think about, okay, so how can I make that easier, or
or harder? You know,
or
it goes both ways, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like conditioning.
Yeah.
The game that is up on the screen right now is your Dwarves of Glistenfeld?
Yes.
Glistenfeld. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah.
It's a 2D game, right?
Yes. 2.5D, if you like. It's like it's using images in a certain perspective that makes it look a bit more three-dimensional. It's a cross between a real-time strategy and a colony simulation game. It kind of falls under the 4X category, if you know what that is.
Nope. You want to tell us?
Okay.
What does that mean?
Stands for explore, expand, exterminate, and what's the fourth one? Something like that. It's very old. Yeah, very old strategy game style. And this one is based underground. You control a clan of dwarves, and they mine and forage and fight the odd goblin camp that they run into, and you build a base for them and try to make their lives nicer, I guess. Yeah.
So it's world building on the fly in a way.
Yeah, a bit of player-driven world building in some respects.
And how do you do these graphics are amazing.
Yeah, they are. Wow.
Yeah, we have a few artists who I think mostly Photoshop and similar tools they used on graphics tablets to draw those.
Just amazing. Yeah. Karen, you were going to ask?
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you, Mary. This game is 2D. Do you have any games currently that are VR or PC VR?
Not currently. There are a couple that I have my mind on. For example, this one, my card game, has potential to be a VR experience. Particularly because the immersion and it's a social kind of game, so the immersion of VR would definitely help with that. Add another level to it. And the other one is a horror game that I built, which I'm considered remaking in VR chat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, what's it called? Forward to that. Yeah.
That one, that is called Out of the Depths, and it's.
Ooh.
It is.
I love it already.
I made it with a couple different things in mind. I wanted it to be scary. There's a lot of horror games out there that aren't too are more about the narrative or the experience. But yeah, and the other goal actually for this one was this is a solo project. I built it pretty much by myself using free assets that I could find and zero budget. So I didn't I didn't spend anything to make this. I wanted to see how far I could go with that.
Also, maybe we'll
You
see
like pushing
something.
limits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we keep our eye on this. Maybe we'll see something for next Halloween.
And that would be beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, besides AI, what other XR technologies and things in gaming technologies are coming that really excite you about how it's going to revolutionize game development and user experience? What's new coming at us?
Well, I think you've shared quite a lot of news. I'm quite interested in the Steam, the new Steam headset coming. I've got my eye on where that's gonna, where that's gonna go. I think the Valve is an interesting company because it always seems to come out with something that seems to be the next frontier. So, yeah.
True, it's true. And it's interesting because Steam is so gaming supportive community, really gaming, and they get so much feedback from gamers. But from all of the different games, all the data and things that are collected through the Steam, access is huge, and that data needs, they supply that to some of the developers to really help them in developing their game choices and all their things. Are you tapping into any of that or considering it?
I'm not sure how much data there is. I know there's different graphs, statistical graphs, and like playtime and stuff like that. That's stuff I've looked at already. But the backend, the Steam backend, has so much stuff that it's hard to know if I've seen it all.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, I'd like to open it up to our audience to see. So we're gonna, Lance is gonna make sure that everybody can unmute here. And do you have any questions for Mary? We'd love to hear it. So just unmute and shout out. Rachel.
Oh, hey. So I have been working in VR on and off for about 5 years, since the good old COVID days in alt space. And I'm just getting deeper into the fold. And so one of the questions I have is like, what kind of advice would you give to an aspiring XR game designer? And I'm more of a VR content creator. I work in the health and well-being space, like meditation and lifestyle as medicine. And any advice for us aiming to enter into the field or just kind of more expand? Because I'm great at hosting, but actually creating it is something that I've been more scared of than anything else.
Is it the technical aspect of actually creating the worlds and the interactions that you are struggling with?
I think it's just more. I think it's just more of like it seems overwhelming. Like I'm learning so much. Like I'm learning AI, now I'm learning how to get into Horizons, and it's just everything's just a little bit different. So I'm just like I have to learn something else new. So I feel over inundated, but I feel very towards to like I need to create these on my experiences, or I need to find some grant money so I can pay someone to do it for me.
Right. Well, I guess my advice there is to start small. You probably have some kind of ambition for what you want to achieve eventually. Maybe in terms of once you get going, then maybe that could be your project. But to begin with, just start with a small project that helps you learn what you can do and where your strengths are in that space. I also highly recommend watching video tutorials and that kind of thing. That helped me a lot with learning different engines and technology and stuff like that. Seeing someone else do it that I can follow along with is makes it a lot less daunting.
So I'm just gonna hire Lance. I'll be like, hey Lance, let me show you. Or show me how to do it. I'll move back in for a month, right?
Yeah. So, but if you were to, thank you, Rachel. If you were to boil down like the top 3 pieces of advice that you would give to somebody who, like you, was floundering around, not knowing what to do at school and university, that would put them on the path for game development, or would help them succeed in game development? What 3 pieces of advice would you give?
I guess follow the fun would be my first piece.
Excellent.
Perfect.
You want to be playful about it, and the design process is it's similar to how like novel writers talk about how they're just holding the pen, the books write themselves. With design, it's more that you're searching for the fun as opposed to creating it. And so that's a process that is kind of ongoing as you develop.
Number 2?
Number 2, don't underestimate how impactful our emotions have when we're playing, or not all experiences are games. Some of them are health related. So when we're fully immersed, we are less aware of our own body and our emotions. So having some downtime where we're kind of given a chance to de-stimulate or just process is really important. A lot of popular games, you might thinking along these lines, you might notice have a kind of a stopping point where the action switches beats to something that is slower or calmer, that kind of thing. So that helps us regulate our emotions and what our body is doing, gets us out of bad posture, that kind of thing.
Oh, neat.
And
number 3, that's amazing. Number 3?
I guess make sure you enjoy the journey, the process of creating. As much as you might have a goal that you want to achieve at the end, sometimes that's something you need to jump on the train, but once it gets going, you can just sit and enjoy the view for a while. I think enjoying that process of creating is different from enjoying the results that you get at the end.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Very wise. Yes.
Good advice. I mean, for everything, not just gameplay or design.
Good life advice. Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good. Laurel, are we going to ask some questions on Bridgemakers? I'd like to.
Yeah, we're going to get there. I just want to see if there's anyone else from the audience, because we're going to talk about Bridgemakers for a few minutes. Any other questions from the Tessa? Oh, almost.
Almost.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out the tablet. Hi, Merivio. Very impressive. I have 2 questions. One, given the effect of AI on game development and XR, what genres do you see are more desirable in gaming in the next 5 years? And my second question is, what would you say is the difference between a successful versus a not successful game?
Okay. To tackle the first one, what impact will AI have on, I guess, the market? So I think there's a lot of areas where game designers have tried to reflect or mirror reality in some way, like environments full of people who are played by these non-player characters who the designers had to kind of hard code what they do, what they say. That sort of element where you have people that you talk to, or maybe a companion or someone who follows you around in your journey, that I can see being really, really huge with AI. That kind of plays into LLM's strengths. So kind of a single player social experience will probably elevate, possibly multiplayer as well. But yeah, that kind of role-playing genre, I think, will see a significant boost, I guess. The second question, I think it's more it's difficult to give like a clear answer. There is a video on YouTube that I watched recently that's kind of coming to mind that kind of addresses that exact question. I don't know if I can provide a link somewhere.
Yeah, you can send it. You can give it to me, and I can share it later.
On Discord.
Yeah, it's by a YouTuber called Jonas Tyrova. I don't know if anyone here has heard of him, but he's found quite a lot of success as an indie game developer, and has tried to figure out what is the formula for that. A lot of it does come down to letting the player experience something new, unique, and I guess being playful with that experience in some way is quite big. That's one aspect. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's talk about Bridgemakers, and we're going to come back to the audience for any last questions. So, Karen?
Okay, so I'm kind of interested. I need to get involved with Bridgemakers, so there's my interest there. But so as a community leader, you're an active community leader. How do you see XR gaming fostering social connection and collaboration, and what role does Bridgemakers play in all that?
So one of the challenges of community is conflict. It always happens, and there are certain ways that have become the norm for how to deal with conflict in a community. So there's a lot of punitive justice methods, things like, oh, if someone is a troll, ban them or remove them from the situation, everything gets better, right? Not quite. A lot of hidden, invisible toxicity kind of builds up from that kind of method. Bridgemakers is looking for a way to build communities and bridge through conflict using reparative or transformative justice methods, using Ruth's dot model and building up emotional fluency and awareness of how the words we use or how we treat people affects people in the quiet ways, in the ways that are a bit more unconscious.
Developing empathy.
Yes, I love
empathy that. And bridging in ways that doesn't leave people feeling put out or I guess negative emotions.
Unincluded.
Giving them,
yes, but also unincluded.
Giving them an incentive
yes.
to become part of the group.
Yes.
And that's so important, especially when you're in the gaming, social VR teaching, everything that we do. It's about inclusion. And inclusion is a little word that means big stuff. It means about embracing neurodiversity, but also personalities. A heartbreaking moment for me a few months ago was we're talking about cyberbullying in VR chat, and someone came in who'd been hanging out at several of our events and said, and something must have happened to trigger, just said how heartbroken he was that he was a Trump fan, but he felt he couldn't talk about any of his interests and felt ostracized while other people bashed his president. And he really felt abandoned by a community that he'd been in for years because he didn't feel safe to talk about it, or to just even feel that way because people were so vocal and aggressive about their feelings about it. And we need to give space. You know, we all wanted to cry for him because, you know, it's really important that we all be tolerant of all of our opinions, our attitudes, our whatever it is, and be open. And so in gaming, how do you address the issues of digital safety, inclusivity, oh my goodness, and ethical designs? Yeah, I know, oh my God, inclusiveness, but digital safety and the issue of cyberbullying. How do you design that into games? What do you recommend for people to think about?
Good question.
So one element that I think also feeds into that, and kind of maybe repeating myself, the immersion and the uptime and downtime. Having that downtime helps us regulate our emotions, and if we can find ways to introduce a similar concept in community spaces where there's like the conversational area, but there's also an area that is dedicated to kind of relaxing or processing, would be really useful. Besides that, I think the moderators, the people, administrators, providing them with the understanding and resources to appreciate a more transformative justice model, as opposed to what is so normal out there these days is quick justice.
Ban them.
Get rid of the toxic. Having a more transformative model would, in my opinion, help no end for that.
I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's turn to the audience again. Any more questions before we start to wrap it up? Darren? Okay, Darren designs amazing games in VR world, exploration, storytelling worlds.
Okay, let me get this menu out of here. All right. Yeah, I was really didn't have much of a question, but I was just curious of your target audience. When you build games, are they set for everybody, generally everybody, or just certain targets?
That's an interesting question. So I think figuring out the target audience actually comes after I have the general design for the game for me. So for my card game, that's quite a large audience, but there tends to be like a focus group. So for that, it's fantasy enthusiasts and maybe people who like to play Uno, because it plays in a similar way to that. So yeah, I think the target audience is something that you kind of look to similar projects to identify.
In a way, you're the target audience yourself.
Yes.
Well, that's good because I play Uno also.
Cool. Yes, you do, Darren.
Yeah, Karen knows that.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, team, any last questions? Thanks, Darren.
Yeah, this was excellent. Thank you, Mary.
Yes, that was very interesting, very thoughtful, thought-provoking answers.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is wonderful. All right, I just looked at the clock. My team didn't remind me. We ran over, but I want to thank all of you. It was amazing.
It was well worth it. Yes.
Oh, it was fantastic. It's so refreshing. And Bridgemakers is one of our partners, and we love having anyone from their group come in and talk to us. So thank you so much for joining us. And please give me links to all your games and things, or your main website and such, so that we can share it, as well as that video you were talking about. We would love to share that with everybody. And thank you also for being so frank about game development and design and community. I've worked with a lot of developers, and they're really closed lips about this, and very few of them will actually talk about what they feel, which is part of Bridgemakers, the responsibility they have to their players. So that is beautiful. So thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
Mary.
thank you.
Indeed.
Thanks for having me.
Yay! Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Let's take this.
All righty.
Get to the right
Here we
slide
go.
Yay!
XR News is produced by educators in VR and our XR News volunteer team weekly here in Engage XR. We've been bringing you the news from across the metaverse since 2018, and we're still rolling. We meet weekly in Engage XR along with 2 new special edition segments in XR News Med Health and XR News Innovation Spotlight.
Last week, our own Rachel D. interviewed Kristen Gilsinis, an amazing VR and gaming community advocate, and the video is up on our Educators in VR YouTube.
Next week, this is another one where I want a drum roll because I never know. The XR News Innovation Spotlight with Maxwell McGee and Chris Mattson and Dr. Tom Furness will unleash their creative energies on us here in Engage XR. And trust me, you will not want to miss a minute of it.
No.
They're all unique. Yep. Thank you, XR News crew. There's no show without you. And we're always looking for new people crazy enough to volunteer. Ever wonder what it would be like to be a moderator? Or we're always on the lookout for new script writers, slide makers, live streamers and filmers. Training provided. And anyone at any time can be a roving reporter for XR News. Just drop us a link on our Discord to share something you found newsworthy. Become a member of Educators in VR and help support this and all of our free programming. Come join us and be part of the fun.
Part of the crazy.
Each of our shows, absolutely. Each of our shows is filmed for YouTube and will soon add live streaming to our Educators in VR YouTube channel, Twitch, Discord, and more. To keep up with the news from in and around the metaverse in the meantime, join the Educators in VR Discord and social media channels to find links to the news we highlight in the show and much more about the metaverse and immersive education. You can find all the links at educatorsinvr.com.
And in addition to thanking Mary for his amazing honesty and help for being here as our special guest, thank you to Educators in VR partners, sponsors, and supporters, including Eiler and the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls Team Institute, Virtual World Society, Cadets Metaverse, Vertex Form 3D, Bridgemakers, yes, and Engage XR.
And let's not forget to give credit where credit is due. We couldn't do this show without the hard work of those who gather the news from across the metaverse industry for a living. Thank you to all of you out there in the metaverse.
Remember, you are the reason we do the XR News Show. Until next time, stand up, stand tough, and most of all, in these amazing, uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
We didn't say